Hey everyone, welcome back to The Connected Spirit. I'm your host, Courtney Dawson, and today we're diving into something that's going to kickstart your journey as a psychic medium with total confidence and ease. And if you have ever felt that call to explore your mediumship, but you aren't quite sure where to start or really how to navigate this path, stick around. I'm here to give you all the juicy details so you have everything that you need to get started. So let's get into it. First things first, your spiritual journey is absolutely unique to you. Mediumship is this deeply personal experience. It's about connecting with the spirit world while also discovering more about yourself. A lot of people think that it's just about learning the mechanics or the ABCs of learning how to connect with the other world and giving messages. But I got to tell you, as someone who's been doing this almost 10 years professionally, I know it's more than that. And here's the best part. There's no one right way to do mediumship. There is not a clear-cut path, but there are things that you can do that are going to help you with clarity and really understanding your unique gifts and your journey. I really want to encourage you that you need to trust that your path is your own. And if you're feeling that pull towards mediumship, just know that it's real and that you're totally capable of amazing things and making an impact in the world with your spiritual gifts. And the fact that you're listening to this podcast right now tells me that there's something within your soul that's stirring, that's leading you, that's guiding you to really show up in a way that your soul has already planned, has already thought about before you even incarnated into this physical form. And that by hearing this message today, whenever that time is for you that you're hearing it, that your soul is saying, it's time. You are absolutely ready. So I really want to encourage you, embrace your journey and look at it as a chance to really grow both spiritually and personally. Because even if you're learning the mechanics of mediumship, and I know my students hear me say this all the time, you're still learning a lot about who you are personally. You're learning more about who you came here to be. And so while you're developing mediumship, you're absolutely developing that deeper, really important connection with yourself. And the more that you lean into who you really are, without all of the labels and judgments and pressure that you put on yourself, but just lean into who you really are, the more powerful and the more authentic your mediumship is going to become. Absolutely. So honor that. Now, let's talk about formal training. This is something that I am really passionate about, and this is why I have my online school, because you cannot make the impact that you're born to make with your mediumship abilities if you don't understand them. So think of your formal training as your foundation for success. Like, seriously. Investing in a really good training program is so crucial because it's going to give you the solid groundwork that you need. Here's why. Number one is going to help you build your foundation. So in training programs, whether that is containers, masterminds, circles, that's going to teach you the basics from connecting to spirit, delivering clear, accurate, and specific messages. Think of it as like setting up a really strong base for your mediumship skills. So here's an analogy for you. If a carpenter is going to go onto a job site and there is all these different supplies scattered, okay? There's a box of nails over here. There's a stack of lumber over here. There's some concrete that needs to get poured. There is rebar that has to get set up for the concrete. Like, you've got all of these supplies scattered everywhere. But in order to make that house or that building, you need a strong foundation. So what do you have to do? You have to take all of those materials, all of those supplies, and then understand which comes first so you can build upon. So for your building, like a big structure, you're going to have the foundation. And there's probably going to be some rebar, there's going to be some concrete, and then from there, there'll be some posts that are built, and then from there, you can build walls, and then there's all those fine things, drywall, nails, etc., right? How do I know this? Because my husband's in the industry, okay? And there is a process. There's things that you build upon so you can have that full structure, right? So that structure is stable. And when the wind blows or you have lived experiences when it comes to mediumship, Nothing's going to shake you, honey. Okay. You need that. It's that strong base that you can really level up your mediumship skills with. Okay. Number 2, hone your skills. You're going to get the practical experience that's going to boost your confidence. That's going to help you ditch your doubts. That's going to allow you to let go of all of your limiting beliefs about yourself, your abilities, all of that. And it's going to help refine your abilities. The more practice you get, the better. Okay. It is like you going to the gym for your spiritual abilities. The more that you exercise it, the more that you work with it, the stronger those abilities are going to become, the more refined they're going to become, the more that you can do with them. Okay. This is why even if you have these abilities naturally, like I did, I still had to understand them. I still had to figure them out. I still had to learn how spirit was working with me. And that's what I got from formal training. And that's what my students really benefit from. Okay. Now, ethics. Okay. If you've listened to the show before, if you've taken any of my classes, you know ethics is at the core of everything that we do as mediums. We should be doing as mediums. Okay. Take time to really learn about the ethics and the boundaries in your work as a medium, a developing medium, a professional medium, because you want to make sure that you're conducting yourself in your readings, outside of your readings, in your business, on your social platforms, how you interact in public with the highest of ethics and integrity, because you guys, this work that we're doing is so sacred. And without the world of spirit, this doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. You could be working psychically, but again, that information you're getting is through your psychic senses. That is you getting information from the physical environment. It has nothing to do with what you're getting from the other world. We have to get that information from the other world. And if we are working with integrity and ethics with the living and with those in the spirit, we are going to be increasing our vibration. We're going to be raising the standard of mediumship, and it'll allow us to reach more people and make a bigger impact. So ethics are how you share information from the spirit world. You're not sharing any misleading information. You're not disingenuous on how you share the information. You never share information that could disrupt or re-traumatize your client at all. It is always given in a loving and ethical way, okay? Just think about it. If you were looking for a medium, who would you want to go to? Who stands out to you? How would you want them to interact with you in the classroom, in a private one-to-one reading? What would you expect if you were scrolling social media and looking for someone who resonated with you? That's going to give you some ideas on how you can start developing the ethics and boundaries in your work. Now, boundaries are really important because as mediums, the work that we do exudes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to do this work, right? So you want to honor the time that you're working with spirit, but make sure you're not open 24/7. You want to maintain your energy reserve, okay? And you do that by setting boundaries. This is when I'm available to communicate. This is when I'm not. You are not just giving random messages to people in the public, and definitely not giving readings without people's permission, right? I was actually just teaching a class recently, and I was telling my students, it's like this delicate dance. We have one foot in both worlds. One foot of us is in the spirit world. One foot is still here in this physical world. And we're navigating this beautiful experience of having these abilities, but still honoring that we're human and that we still have to be a part of our physical life. We still have to be engaged in this real physical world, this 3D experience, because that's the whole point of us being here, right? And, you know, when you are seeking mentorship or seeking classes, really look for somebody that resonates with you, okay? The way they talk, the way they act, their ethics, their philosophy. Make sure it resonates with you, and also find somebody who is experienced. And I always say, don't look for backyard mediums. And I know that sounds a bit harsh, but the reality is there's a lot of people out there that are so excited about doing this, but they don't actually have any practical experience. They lack a strong foundation. So they're really limited on how they can actually support you. And I'm going to be honest, I've had a lot of mentees come to me who have gone to people they found on social media. And these so-called mentors have only had maybe 6 months to a year experience and have really lacked the foundational training, the formal training, really haven't given themselves enough time to work with the spirit world in a way that they're really secure, not only in themselves personally, but in their mediumship abilities, in their connection with the spirit world. And they haven't been able to give the students really what they needed. And in some extreme cases, I was really shocked about how some of these mentors have shown up, treated their students, and some of the information that they are sharing out there, you guys, it's garbage. So this is where I really want to encourage you, find somebody who knows what they're doing, has training, has experience, and has people that are like, yeah, I would totally recommend them, right? Like, what's their social proof? Look into that, okay? Because you taking that time to really research who you're going to invest your time, your money, and your effort into is going to be a huge investment for you that is going to pay off big time. Because when you have somebody that has not only walked the walk and talks the talk, that is going to help you in really growing your skills and your confidence, okay? And, you know, for me, I had a mediumship mentor. I worked with her for almost 8 years. I sat in a development circle for 7 years. And outside of that, I was doing tons of training with other mentors. But like my solid foundation was almost 8 years of sitting in circle. And it was really good because I was having a lot of experiences that weren't talked about in circle, that other mediums weren't sharing, that I didn't see on social media. And it made me feel like really insecure. Like, why am I the only one having this? How do I cope with this? What does this mean? So having that mentor and having that training, that ability to get more experience helped me make sense and put it all together. So I was not feeling insecure. The doubts were gone. And it gave me this incredible tool belt of skills and experiences that I now bring into my classes and into my mentorship. And my clients find it really, really beneficial. And they get so much out of our time together. You deserve to get so much out of your investment in your training. And if you feel like you're not getting it, let your mentor know, number one, and see what's going on. Okay. Now, number 3, a mentor. This is kind of leading into where I'm taking you. Mentor. A mentor really is a guide for you on this journey. They should be there. They are meant to be there to offer you support, wisdom, and sometimes a bit of tough love, you guys, when you need it. And I will say this to you. Sometimes that tough love is about helping you identify some of your blind spots. It's not about picking you apart. It's not about encouraging you, but it's getting honest with you and real with you and saying, you know what? This isn't working because of X, Y, and Z. For example, I taught my circle last night and we've got a medium in there. She's amazing, a sweetheart. I've worked with her before, but now she's joined my circle. And she was working really, really well in the circle, giving a reading. And I could see she was putting a lot of pressure on herself. I was tuning into her energy. And that's what I do with my students to really gauge where they're at. That helps me really support them so much more. And at the end, I said to her, okay, so where did you feel you really went well in your reading? And what did you feel like maybe you struggled with? She's like, Courtney, I noticed I was just really hard on myself. I said, honey, you were. I'm like, you're getting in your own way. And I was very straightforward with her. I'm like, honey, you're getting in your own way. I said, you're trying too hard. I said, relax, let go, let spirit support you. She's like, yeah, she's like, thank you for that. That really makes a lot of sense. So I was kind of sharing with her, yeah, that tough love. Yes, you're in your own way. You've got the abilities. Spirit is there. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just getting in your own way. Let go, let spirit. And she's like, okay. So that was really valuable for her. And just between the two classes, because we've just finished week 2 in circle, she's come so far. I'm like, yes, I love that. Sometimes your mentor needs to give that to you, but a mentor is also going to give you that personal guidance, right? They should be able to give you tailored advice, suggestions, and tips that are going to help you navigate different experiences, challenges, obstacles that every medium faces, by the way, that is specific to you. Okay, so how I coach you, how I mentor you is going to be different how I mentor somebody else, because y'all are different. Y'all have had different life experiences, and you each understand your abilities differently, and you each have different abilities. So there's no cookie cutter way of teaching mediumship. You really need that personal guidance. It is priceless. seriously. But your mentor should also be able to offer you that emotional support, because you guys, mediumship is intense. It really can be. And having someone who can talk to you, who can support you, incredibly comforting, because sometimes we're our hardest critics. We critique everything. We pick apart ourselves. And having that emotional support and somebody who is going to help celebrate you. You know, I have a client who's been mentoring with me since December, and we just wrapped up our mentorship. She's been with me for, well, how long is that? Like 8 months, right? And at the end, I said to her today, like, what do you feel is like the big takeaway? She's like, give me a list of stuff. But she said, Courtney, I always knew that I felt safe with you. I always felt like you were encouraging me. I wondered how you always knew how to give the right advice that was like meant for just me. And I always knew you were my biggest cheerleader. And I said, honey, damn right. I am your biggest cheerleader. I want to celebrate you. I really want to see you succeed. And she's like, I really know that. I know that you do. And so like your mentor should not be comparing themselves to you. This is my opinion, you guys. So if you disagree, that's totally okay. But I really feel like mentors should be encouraging the natural expression of your abilities. While, for example, I teach students, I do not want them to be clones or cookie cutter molds of me, like just not, okay? And a mentor should inspire you, pushing you to reach beyond your comfort zone, move to new heights, okay? And really inspire you to keep going even when things get tough. Okay. And when you're looking for that mentor, find someone whose energy that really aligns with yours and has a proven track record. Okay. This is where I'm talking about social proof. What are other people saying about them? Okay. Because a great mentor is honestly the key to making all the difference in the world to your mediumship. All right. And lastly, I want you to trust the process. One of the most important things you can do for your mediumship development journey, and when you move on to become a professional medium and are working with the public, trust the journey, okay? Mediumship really is a journey. Like even if you take a 6-week, 8-week, 3-month, year-long course, that is just like you're on the cusp, okay? That is just the starting point. And it's not always going to be smooth. I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to have ups and downs, but that's totally okay. I want you to celebrate every single win, no matter how small it is, okay? Each step forward is progress. And I want you to remember to be really patient with yourself. I want you to be really kind with yourself. Take a load off, okay? Because remember, when you have tension, that contracts your awareness, that is going to hinder your ability to connect with the spirit world and show up in the way that you were born to, okay? And really just trust that everything is unfolding naturally as it should be. Your journey is yours alone. It's going to be different than somebody else's. Don't compare. Don't compare. Don't get into that comparison trap. It'll zap the life force from your abilities. Just don't do that, okay? And just know that every experience is really a part of your growth. And don't forget to embrace that while you're developing your mediumship abilities, you're going to have that personal development that's taking place at the same time. So you are going to be noticing that you have some insecurities and triggers and limiting beliefs. Heal that shit. Let it go. Okay? Embrace it. Don't just stuff it down. Honor that the more that you do the work, the more that you become resilient, the more that you can handle challenges with ease and grace. And you're also going to develop strength and clarity in your abilities, in your connection with the spirit world. And that is going to really help you create this incredible energy and flow in your personal life, in your spiritual work, and when you are growing your spiritual biz, okay? This journey that you are about to embark on, or maybe you already are, and are feeling like, oh, I'm a little stuck. Just know that it's so much more about discovering about how the world of spirit works with you. It's really just as much about discovering who you are, right? Embrace that personal growth is going to come when you are unlocking your mediumship abilities, okay? There you have it, you guys. So starting your journey as a psychic medium is really all about embracing this unique path, investing in solid training, finding the right mentor, trusting the process. It's not always easy, I get it, but also recognizing that personal growth that comes with this, All right. You have everything that it takes. You really do, to make a significant impact with your gifts. And I'm just encouraging you, approach your journey with that confidence and an open heart. And just watch as you transform into this amazing, powerful medium that you're meant to be. All right. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning into this episode of The Connected Spirit. If you found this episode helpful, share it with others who are ready to start their own spiritual journey. And remember, stay connected to your spirit and keep shining your light. Until next time.